Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. Just want to keep you updated here about VeChain because we are here at a key tipping point. VeChain obviously has done here its major wave 1. Yeah, has come down in an ABC correction or series of ABCs in this larger ABC, and it's just in this correction. It's basically just a wave 2 with a connection of corrective waves. Yeah, and this is all based on the Elliott wave method. I believe we are in this wave 2. What speaks basically for that is that we are here in these very low ranges of the Fibonacci levels between the 88.7 and the 78.6 Fibonacci retracement levels. Basically between here the 3.3 cent level and 6.1. We're currently just below the 6.1 cent level, below the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level, and that is a crucial level. If we break that, I think we can expect higher prices, but I also need to tell you that I think what we see here doesn't convince me. It doesn't convince me yet, and we get to that in a minute. Overall, as soon as the correction is finished, and for that purpose, I gave you that target area when we were back here in end of November, gave you that target area, and that was always the area where I believed we would land and also where we would turn around. Yeah, so it is possible that at any point we turn around. Therefore, we are here at a key tipping point. So the low could be in because it has done what it needs to do in a correction. VeChain and altcoins generally come down in a wave 2 into these areas. And if, as I said before, if an altcoin or if an asset or anything really sticks to certain Fibonacci levels, they tend to repeat that. Yeah, throughout the whole lifetime of that asset. What makes me skeptical about, first of all, when the correction is finished, I do expect a wave 3. A wave 3 is generally oftentimes the most bullish one of the waves, and we can reach here levels between 45 cents and 55, and depending on how it works out, maybe even 72 or 73 cents. That would be an extended wave, and it all depends. We need to see. It's too early to say that really. But why am I skeptical? So I'm skeptical because, first of all, we are still below that Fibonacci level, so we haven't broken that. We are still, as one of the few cryptos, still in this descending, well, no, actually some are. There are still quite a few cryptos which are in this descending channel, including VeChain, and we haven't broken that. So we might just break that. Or if we can't break it, I think we're going to see quite a significant sell-off, because if we have no other way, either we break it now and get out of this channel, or we are going to go lower and probably go to a lower low, because there isn't much more space. Yeah. And this level here was quite flat, this wave, so you can't really go much up and down. The volatility is quite low, volume is quite low as well. Generally, I believe it's a great project, so don't get me wrong, but it's just the chart currently doesn't tell me that the correction is already over. You can certainly interpret into this a valid potential first 5-wave move, even though it's not convincing to me. Especially because then what you would have here is you need a 5-wave move basically to get out of this. Yeah, so you could see here a 1-2, yeah, and then you have here a series of 1-2s. That might have been your wave 3 here, 4, maybe that's the 5, shorter wave 5. Then you do your ABC or something, but this here is not great. All of this isn't great, yeah, because it needs to start somewhere, and if it doesn't start well, it's not convincing. Especially, if we just zoom in once more, the way that was created here, and price action is important. Yeah, so you make basically your higher high here, higher low, all good. Then you make a lower high and a lower low, and then you make another lower high and a higher low, and also this here with this sort of M pattern, but again with a higher low, a higher high, a lower high, a lower a higher high, a higher low, a lower high, and then again another lower low. So it all doesn't really add up to being very bullish, or it's possible that from this we could see a breakout at some point, especially if we break this. But it just means the structure doesn't really, it looks corrective. It looks very much like an ABC, how I know an ABC normally looks like. And therefore, I'm not very convinced that this is already an impulsive move, yeah. Still looks fairly corrective. So just from looking at the price action, also technically, not only looking at Elliott wave method, we are still below the 50-day moving average. As long as we are below that, I would basically say, right, we are sort of still in this downtrend and we're still in the descending channel, yeah? We're still below the 200-day moving average. And if I go to the daily chart, we are still in the bearish range of the RSI. We tried to break through here, as you can see, but we failed. So we are also here in the bearish range of the RSI. Yes, the MACD is turning bullish, that's true. But if I go on to the meaningful weekly chart, I mean, also here we are in the bearish range. Yeah, it might be turning around now. And the MACD as well, still in the red, potential turnaround, but also too early to talk about it. Looking on the 4-day chart, this is looking more positive on the MACD. We might here see a bullish cross, but just saying, because we are at this tipping point, yeah, you are at the tipping point. I think if we break out, this will become a bullish cross. But as I said, we're at the tipping point. So if it doesn't work out and we break down, then this bullish cross will not happen. And we're, by the way, still in the bearish range of the RSI. So it really is this tipping point. For me, it doesn't look convincing yet, I have to be honest with you. Nothing for me really would confirm here a potential breakout. And it is possible that we see here a first attempt to move out with basically here a higher low compared to the previous one. But you did that here as well. Yeah, bear that in mind. You did that here as well. By the way, a very similar pattern, yeah, very similar one where you also here consolidated, then you had a big move up, or biggish, yeah, move up, and then you came down again. You see this also consolidation, and you had your move up and came down quite a lot, and now we're trying to have another peak here, which might become a lower high, and I think then you could lose it like you did here in the middle of January. So yeah, for me, still doesn't really look too convincing, but the possibility certainly is there that we can break out here, but we can't really say that before we break out. And what I want to see is a higher high. I want to get the price above the 7-cent level, or at least 6.9 above this high. I want to get it above the high. If it doesn't do that, this could still be a beginning of a downtrend again to another wave down, yeah, because what you do then, just to show you that as well, as I said, this looks very much like a 3-wave structure. So you could have something here like an A, have your B, then you have your C, and that what we are seeing here now might just be a 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 5. Could go down to 3.3. Absolutely realistic scenario that we could land in that area down there. For me, it has done what it needs to do in the correction, just to emphasize that, but I don't like the structure at the moment, and I would love to have a good structure, a significant low, something where the price can really build on, where we have a good start, something like a good start, something like this, where you have a strong wick to the downside, just a significant low as you would normally expect it in a wave 2. This doesn't really, I mean, it just looks like that because I've extended it quite a lot, but this compared to what we had before, and also especially here throughout the bull run in April, we're far away from that. Okay, yeah, it could develop like that, but I don't like the structure. That's basically the message, and the structure is very important, shouldn't be underestimated. Price action is very important, especially in the Elliott wave method, how waves begin as well. So that's important. Yeah, so overall, you know, tipping point, key tipping point, I'll keep you updated about this. There is a potential breakout, so that definitely I want to point that out. There is a breakout, and if it breaks out and possibly does a retest, then we could see fairly higher levels here. Yeah, so it's also a potential trade for everybody who wants to take it. But at the moment, until we really see higher highs here, it's not confirmed, right? It's not confirmed that we're back in an uptrend. All right, so hopefully you liked the update about VeChain. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe consider to join as a channel member, where you can get access to Discord, Telegram, and also a weekly live stream. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.